Will AI replace developers, or will developers who use AI replace everyone else? This is the most happening question. Guys, what AI actually do? This is what we must understand. AI can generate a code. Whatever the code that you expect, if you give a prompt, it can generate a code. It can also debug the basic errors. And in case, it can also suggest improvements. That is what we are also integrating Copilot into our day-to-day life. For example, if we would like to write a login or sign up or forget password or any kind of offer related code, we'll also apply our own techniques. We'll also write our own logic. Then we will also make use of AI for giving any suggestions, or is there any chances that we can optimize the code. In such areas, AI is really fantastic. That is what it is helping a developer's life easier, and it is suggesting us what are the improvements that can be possible. And next important thing where we are using as an architects and developers in companies, it is helping us to write a documentation, because documentation is a heavy and it is a tedious task for us. Literally, it is very tough for us to keep writing documentation for any project. In such areas, earlier we used to write CompuDocs, and we were using some different kind of tools for generating a documentation for project. Now it is easier for us. By making use of AI tools, documentation can be ready. And the most important point, what are the other areas which AI cannot? Because we should not be rely on a tool. AI is not a human. Keep it in mind. It is a tool. Then majority of the people thinking that AI is going to replace a human. That is a completely wrong perception. AI is a tool which can help us in certain areas, but AI cannot understand the business deeply. Guys, listen carefully. Even I am entering into a discussions to gather the requirements from a client. Why companies are putting humans to gather the requirements from a business owners? Why can't AI tool can collect the details? Again, here the drama is AI won't even understand the business requirements, and it cannot even get into the deep insights of that business. Only human interactions. Human can even interact, and they can even collect the right requirements from the clients. In those areas, AI cannot replace human. And the second thing, product decisions. Guys, listen carefully. Now the market is not stable, and the job market or global market is not stable. Today, if I build one feature in my product, that feature might work for few customers, that feature might not work for few customers little later based upon marketing trends. Then humans has to understand what are the areas that our solution is working and which are the areas our solution is not working. If the data is everything, then the AI can give some sort of suggestions. AI can give suggestions. But in order to collect the data and to apply these product decisions, definitely human intervention and inputs are really required. And this next thing, handling architecture. See, we also used, three-tier architecture in the olden days. Traditional web architecture we have used. We have used monolithic architectures. We are also using micro front-end architectures and microservices, a different kind of architectures. But architectural decisions can be made by using humans, and it cannot be, handled by AI efficiently. Guys, communicate. If you wanted to communicate with the stakeholders, what do you mean by communication? For example, business owners are having their vision differently, and their requirement is also not stable. As you already know, when we are building an application, every companies must follow some methodologies. If you see in the olden days like 2000, early 2010, and people are using waterfall model to build applications. Now the trend is changed. Now we are in Agile, DevOps, and Scrum. The latest methodologies came into the picture. Why? Because the stakeholders or clients are not even ready to give an entire requirement to the companies. They wanted to build minimal viable product, which is called as MVP. So when we are building a minimum viable product, as a client, he will try to give a major objective of his business plan. He will try to build, small application. He will start deploying that into a real world, and he will try to invite real users. In such cases, AI is not going to help. How are we going to do this kind of suggestions? How are we going to think? This is not possible by using AI. In order to communicate with the stakeholder, definitely user and human intervention is required. For example, to take any kind of a decision strategically, AI tool might not be able to help. Guys, AI need an inputs. AI need some sort of data. Without that inputs and without a proper data, the results are not predictive and results are not accurate. AI is a tool, boss. It is not going to help us to replacement a human brain. If you understand this point, then you are not going to end up with a AI phobia. AI, of course, everywhere. If you are a teacher, or if you are a student, or if you are a professor, or if you are a developer, or a tester, or a cloud architect, or data scientist, or data analyst, any role, AI is helping now, because the data is huge, wherein we can even pass that data to the AI tools. Behind the scenes, there are LLMs and models and systems are already in place, so that AI can make use of that systems, and it can even work smarter than human. But ultimately, the human inputs are mandatory. That is the reason the experts are keep giving an information in such a way that AI is just a tool. It is not replacement of a brain. Hope you understand something about this. The next real threat. Let me talk about what is the real threat. Guys, AI won't replace developers, because I started my career as a developer, and I worked without an AI. I am also working with an AI. Then I know how AI is saving my time, how AI is helping me to write the documentation, how AI is helping me to identify the bugs earlier, how it is solving lot of painful problems and repetitive jobs, and it is saving our time. It is improving our productivity. That is the reason companies are always giving an importance to your developers who will be able to use AI on day-to-day activities. Developers who use AI will replace those who don't. That is what the now trend. But if you are a smart guy, think about it. In the olden days, for building one bigger application, we used to hire front-end developers separate. We used to hire a back-end developer separate. We used to hire a deployment engineer separate. But now what happens, Now the trend is changed. Guys, now developers who have a knowledge on front-end, who also have a knowledge on back-end, hands-on experience on all front-end, back-end and deployment, those people are the one who are going to be hired by the companies. This is what now the trend. That's why my advice for all of you guys, start using AI in your day-to-day life. And don't avoid AI at any cost. Otherwise, I'll tell you the problem. In case, if you guys are denying AI on your day-to-day life, the person who will be able to use AI on day-to-day life, and there is a huge difference between the deliverables. Because, let me take an example. I would like to build a user module for any application, or I would like to build a kind of offers. Like in any e-commerce applications, my plan is to build an offers. If that is the case, offer module I would like to generate. If I am not going to use AI, if I would like to build that model from the scratch, I myself has to understand the requirements thoroughly. I myself has to prepare a documentation, that is development documentation, execution documentation. I have to sit and write a code from the scratch, and I may have to identify what are the test cases to write. Then I should also be in a position to write optimized code for that. All this I have to do from scratch. Instead of that, if I read the documentation thoroughly, and if I have a knowledge on AI tools, I'll be able to give a proper prompt to the system, AI system, which automatically gives at least the basic skeleton or initial point it can help us to do. That's why don't ever try to avoid AI. In case if you avoid AI, I'm sure the companies are going to avoid you. For that, the future development, even I used to take an interviews, and the people who always uses AI and who understand how AI works for their projects, then those people are the one to whom we are going to hire. That's why the future development is equals to, you must be a coder, plus you can also be in a position to operate AI. Then system thinker, that is very, very important. Guys, average developers are completely gone. If you are an average developer, if you don't have a patience to understand AI, and if you don't know how to implement AI techniques into your project or in your day-to-day life, I'm sure you will be outdated from the market. That's why if you ignore AI, you will become very slow. If you master AI tools, you will become 3x productive. The productivity point is very important. Let us give an example. So if you guys are using, just an example, simple example I'll use. If you wanted to take one bucket of water from ground floor to the 10th floor, assume that if you hire a human, how many buckets of water that he can even take from ground floor to the 9th floor? Assume that, because it is not an easy task. Even if the lift is there, lift is also automation mission. Think about it. If the lift is there, yes, it is possible to finish his job as quickly as possible. Again, he is relying on the tool. Similarly, if anyone asks you to build a module, in the olden days, people are giving sufficient time. Now, even the architects and the companies are also aware, if AI is being used, this particular module can be finished within a week. They know the calculations of the time. They know how much effort is really required. Even if they are giving AI subscription for you, if you fail to use it, and even if you cross the deadlines of that particular module deliverables, ultimately they will try to hire a smart guy who will be able to deliver the content within the scheduled time. That's where it is a mandatory shift for everyone to implement AI tools to become 3 or 4x, sometimes 10x productive also companies are expecting. Hope you understand. Be careful. Don't ignore. The next important one, who will survive? It's also a question. In case, what kind of people that survive in IT? Who is not going to survive in IT? That is what we'll try to talk about now. Survivors. Guys, whether you are a developer or a tester or a cloud engineer, whoever is in a position to solve business problems, because end of the day, business problems, if you fail to solve, then your productivity is the biggest mark, and companies are going to give you a bad rating. And if you are not meeting expectations, and if you are poor performer, then companies will try to terminate or they will try to replace. That's why companies are looking forward to hire a people who will be able to solve business problems. Those guys can survive. And next, engineering who understands systems. What is LLD, low level design? What is HLD, high level designs? How this low level designs works, how LLDs works, how data structures and algorithms works, how architectures works, what kind of databases that we supposed to integrate, what is this normalization techniques, what is SQL, what is NoSQL, what is REST APIs, what is microservices. These are all is very important. That is where in the engineering, don't understand the fundamentals. Who understand these systems in deeply, those guys can survive. That is where when we studied MCA and BSc computers, 6 years, we started learning all these guys from fundamental level to the application development. That is where it helped us in a lot, even if the shift, when we are shifting out from non-AI to the AI, which was not going to be a bigger deal for us, because it is easier switch for us. The reason is we had a very strong foundation. That is where companies are expecting those kind of knowledge. The engineers who understand the system, they can also survive. Next, builders who adapt the fast. Guys, if when we are building something, if you guys are relying on tools and techniques, you can able to deliver the content and you can able to build the application as quickly as possible. Then those guys can survive. Now I have given a list of people who can survive. Next, there is a other way around, right? Who is not in a position to survive? Let me talk about not survivor list. Copy paste coders. Now everyone are using ChatGPT like Google. They will try to ask something, copy the code, paste the code. Yes, of course, if it is a general examples or if it is a small problems to solve, then copy paste coding works. But when we are building a real project with a real business concepts, copy paste might not work. And in order to copy paste, first of all, you have to input the requirement first. For that also, at least you must be in a position to understand the requirement thoroughly. That's why if the developers are copy paste coders, I'm sure they are outdated. Keep it in mind. And the people are tutorial only learners. And if you are a student who always remember the subheadings, who don't even understand the in-depth of the concepts, it works in your examination because humans are going to correct your paper, but it won't work in real time. Tutorial only learners are outdated. Please be careful. If you are in that list, comment out. We'll try to make you a smart developer. Copy paste coder, comment it. Don't worry, because every student comes from that list only. Even we also copy pasted majority of the times. And the third, people who fear change. Some people are not ready to change. They are always happy to use whatever the knowledge that they have. And those people are not in a position to survive in IT. Those guys are highly at risk. That's the reason, again I repeat, if you are a copy paste coder, please change your pattern of coding. If you are just relying on only tutorials, that won't even work. Hands-on experience is matters. If you are fear about change, again you will be outdated in the market. Be careful. I hope you understand who are in survival mode, who are not in survival mode. Alright? Now let me give you a conclusion of this particular content. AI is not your competition, boss. AI is not your competition. Use AI tools and build applications. If you fail to use AI tools, as I already said, you can't even finish your job within the scheduled time. Hence, your productivity, your performance is at risk. Then automatically companies will identify low performers and they will try to terminate, because the market has huge competition and also the companies are hiring smart developers, those who are good at AI. There is one more important point to remember. If the openings are more and the supply is less, then automatically the people who have average knowledge, they will also be in a demand, because the number of resources are less and the job openings are more. In such cases, companies need a human power. But now it is not like that. Hope you also check from every state there are lakhs of people are coming. In that lakhs of people, think about it. If you are not in a position and if you guys are not good at this latest tools, it is very tough for us to survive. So I'm not even giving any kind of a fear in mind. I'm just talking about the real facts. AI tools would definitely take us to the next level. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe for more tech updates. Thank you so much.